It's a pleasure for me to be the president of the National Bar Association.
Yes.
I represent the interests of over 66,000 lawyers, judges, law students, law professors in this country.
All right.
It's an honor for me to be chair of the board of Rainbow Push Coalition.
Yes.
I'm speaking on behalf of Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
It's an honor. But I want you all to know, ladies and gentlemen, that tomorrow I'm a trial lawyer.
All right. All right.
You see, I know someone who's never lost a case.
All right.
I know someone who goes into battles and fights to represent over 197,000 Georgians that have been stripped, purged, oppressed from their right to vote.
All right.
And that's what the battle is tomorrow. That's what we're doing. So I just wanted to say briefly to all of you assembled here today, we thank you for being here. For those who are in the fields, in the movement, marching every day, knocking on doors. During COVID, we say thank you.
Yes.
To Barbara Arnwine, the mother of election protection, that nonpartisan movement that we are all involved in, I say thank you. To those of you in the ministry, in the church, and to Charles Steele Jr. from SCLC, the only SCLC. We thank you. We thank you for opening up your home.
Yes.
But I want you all to pray tomorrow, because tomorrow is Judgment Day.
Uh-oh.
And we need your prayers,
Yes.
because it's a tough fight. But there's no better fight that I'd like to have
All right then.
than representing Transformative Justice Coalition, Barbara Arnwine,
Yes.
Rainbow Push Coalition, Jesse Jackson,
Yes.
Black Voters Matter Fund, Latasha Brown,
Yes.
and Southwest Voting and Education Matter. And why? Because they represent the people of Georgia in this fight. And no one said it's ever going to be easy. But we just have to join together and apply that pressure, Bishop, that you talked about. Because we stand on the shoulders of that Thurgood Marshall,
There you go.
of that Constance Baker Motley,
Yeah. All right.
Charles Hamilton Houston,
All right.
Johnny Cochran,
All right.
Willie Gary,
Yeah.
and so many others in the fight. And we don't have the right to say no. So I want you to know the National Bar Association lawyers are leading that fight tomorrow.
That's right.
We do have a Rainbow Coalition team. Yes, we do. Because we look like America.
That's right.
But I want you to know at the head of that team are lawyers from the National Bar and our Young Lawyers Division, because they need to know what it is to fight on behalf of those civil rights leaders. And they're part of the fight too. And so we ask that you pray for us, that you join us in the fight, and you follow what happens.
And tell them about Fred Gray. Great.
And finally, you see, ladies and gentlemen, in life, there's a convergence of history that's inexplicable. Well, it's explicable because God predestines. Dr. King had a lawyer, and that was Fred Gray. Rosa Parks had a lawyer,
Hey.
and that was Fred Gray. The Tuskegee victims of that syphilis experiment had a lawyer, and that was Fred Gray. Barbara Arnwine, Darrell Jones, Reverend Jesse Jackson, Latasha Brown, and others tomorrow have a lawyer.
Yes.
And that is none other than Fred Gray. And so you see, history is coming full circle here in Atlanta, ATL,
Yes.
where Dr. King's church is right down the street.
Yes.
Where he fought so much, his attorney is in the house,
That's right.
representing something that Congressman John Lewis fought so hard for us to do, which was to
Yes.
protect the right to vote.
Yes.
And I'm going to close with a little story. On March 2nd of this year, I met with Reverend Jackson
Oh, yeah.
and Congressman John Lewis in Congressman's office down the street, because I wanted to know, this is before I was sworn in as National Bar President, what should my agenda look like, my civil rights agenda, my voting rights agenda. And this is what they told me. They said, CK, we marched, we got beaten, some of us got killed, so that you and others would have the right to vote.
Yes.
The National Bar Association and its lawyers must protect that right to vote.
That's right.
And that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.